This week's Nightfall is the fall in Saber, and this is going to be different than my normal walkthrough videos, which are all solo videos showing you guys how to solo it for people that don't, have anybody to play with or they prefer to play by themselves. This used to be soloable, and then they changed the war stat, I guess. I haven't played this strike in probably over a month and a half, probably 2 months. I've been playing Fallout mainly, but used to be able to glitch or cheese underneath the ground with your sparrow. You can't do that anymore. And this war sat is the hardest part of the strike in my opinion. And I just don't think it's soloable. Maybe for a Titan you could, but for a Warlock and Hunter, that ain't happening. So for this Nightfall walkthrough, I got a buddy with me, and he's a Titan, and I'm a Hunter. I'm on Robin Hood, and he's on, obviously, Bubble. Now, I do not have a Titan, so I can't exactly tell you what class setup it is, but if you're a Titan, you probably know. Just set up your Bubble to where you're making orbs, not where it's, prolonged and it lasts longer. Make sure you have your setup to where it's making orbs. And then, obviously, Hunters, make sure your class is set up to make as much orbs as possible. You're making orbs for teammates. And what you're going to do is you're basically just going to chain supers. Now, I think 2 Warlocks would be able to 2-man this. 2 Titans easily would be able to do this. Hunters, you are kind of at a disadvantage. Maybe a Hunter and Warlock if you got the Taken version of the Warsat. That way you don't have to worry about ships and crap. But this week's, it's with the ships and the Fallen, and it is an absolute pain in the ass. So if you have a Titan friend, just grab them, and you can chain supers really well if you're a Hunter. Warlock and a Titan. Basically, if you have one Titan, you should be able to chain supers. And then if you have the Void Heavy Sword, that also creates orbs. That is a great sword to use. So you'll kind of see here how we are just chaining our supers one after another, one after another, one after another. Make sure you have rockets, and also make sure that you can pop a pack. That's kind of why we were waiting forever there, is we were just waiting for a countdown for our packs to be over. So if you do get the ships, which is the Fallen version, take these guns out. That's what you should be focusing on, is to take these guns out as quickly as possible. Now, if you're trying it by yourself, exact same thing. For this first little drop down, we're not using our supers. I'm saving my super for the second drop down because there are ultras, and he's going to save his bubble for second drop down. So he's going to come pop his bubble. Once he has it, there the bubble is popped. And you see here, I'm creating a grip of orbs. The Hunter is an orb machine, and my friend is using the Void Sword, which also helps to create orbs, and his bubble is creating orbs. And you see, dude, I'm already almost supered again, and I just used it maybe 12, 15 seconds ago. So you can chain your supers with the Hunter and Titan. You can chain it really quickly, as I almost have it back, and he said that he almost has his back as well. So we pretty much took out the first ship, which is 2 waves. This one guy is annoying. But anyway, the second wave is going to come basically when you're kind of getting the last, few enemies of the first wave. The second wave is going to come on the other side of the Warsat. I have my super, my friend popped his bubble, and now I'm going to use my super. Make sure to stay close. Make sure if you're with a Titan, make sure you're kind of staying near the bubble Hunters or Warlocks so your orbs are in the bubble. And you just see here, you're just chaining supers after chaining supers. It's really, really easy. And if you do it correctly, you're using the right perks, you should have your supers on top of each other, one on top of each other. Now for the Warlocks, I'm not really sure what you guys should use. The Sith Lord's pretty weak, and it doesn't create a lot of orbs. Void Bomb will create more orbs, but you kind of want enemies to be really bunched up. I would personally have self-res on. That's just me. And Hunters, obviously, bow and arrow, and Titans, obviously, bubble. So you just see here, we're just continuously chaining supers. Once I have my super, he's popping his, I'm getting him orbs, he's getting me orbs, and vice versa. Now, this is a moment where neither of us have supers, and I was waiting to see if he had his bubble, but we're almost done transmitting. We see we have a minute, and we can kind of hold off, and he said, I have my bubble. So we were just a little late, 1 orb less, You know, it took a few seconds. We had to kind of go back, retreat for a second, and then come back. But, you know, there you go. We're all done. And the second you hear Peter Dinklage, or not Peter Dinklage anymore, but whenever you hear the ghost talk, that means it's over. You can die, which I'm going to die right here because these ads don't despawn, and you will have the checkpoint. So you can just die, your teammate can die, or they can just move forward and it's going to respawn you. It doesn't matter. You got the checkpoint. Once you hear that the ghost talk and everything like that, you're good to go. So the rest of this strike is really, really easy. Warsat's pretty much the hardest thing. So for this room right here, you basically just stay back in this hallway and shoot. With Void Burn on, or Solar Burn on, or Arc Burn on, you can pretty much clear out this room pretty quickly depending on what type of guns you have, what type of light. It's pretty easy, guys. Just be careful of exploding shanks. That's, you know, thing that's going to get you killed type of thing. And my friend there, he forgot Void Burn was on and rushed a little bit farther into the room. But that's perfectly fine. If somebody dies, it doesn't really matter. This is pretty self-explanatory. You just chill and snipe. Sit in the way back in this, and you can always retreat, and the door will close. No enemies are going to push up into the room. It's really not that difficult. If you do get the Taken version, there is a wizard, which I do not remember if she spawns Shadow Thrall. If she does, I still don't even think they follow you up into the tube. I think they will just stay at the door, which is nice. I think the Taken version is a little bit more difficult than this version is, just because you have to deal with her and a bunch of other crap. The Fallen version, which you are seeing right now, is fairly easy. I'm going to fast forward here, guys. I mean, you guys know. You've done this straight before. Just chill in the back. It's really easy. I'm going to super fast forward here, just finishing clearing out the ads, and we're going to throw the grenade down there and blow up the little glass screen, blah, 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 blah. This part is very easy if you want to do it by yourself, or a buddy's got a bail or whatever, or you want to try and solo it and you just needed the Titan for the first part or another buddy for the Warsat. The rest of the strike after the Warsat is easily soloable. It is not very difficult. The boss is very difficult with Arc Burn on. That's pretty much not happening if Arcs Burn on. The last time this was up, I was hoping to bring you the solo, and that's when you could still do the cheese where you could go underneath the Warsat. Arc Burn was on, and I got to the boss. I just couldn't beat the boss. Maybe if I had a Titan, you could maybe do it, but not the Hunter, not with Arc Burn on. Everything's freaking Arc in that final room. So if you got a buddy with you, like I do in this video, which I'm showing you right now, just have them post, I don't know, middle or in the way back. They just got to basically shoot one exploding shank. So once you grab this, head to the right side. You're going to head to the right side, wait for that to go, and you're just going to run. Now, my buddy popped his bubble, so I'm going to cut over here. Don't cut over there, because that shank is right there. Cut over on this one, that alleyway that I just passed. So stay on the right side until that second area where you can cut over, and then cut over. That is the safer route. Though if you have a bubble like I did, you can cut where I cut because the exploding shank is not going to kill you like that. So for this next room, if you have a Hunter, just have them run all the way to the end, and you will get teleported up there. I'm going to create some orbs for my friend before I run on through. You know, I don't think you really need to be a Hunter to run on through. If you are a Warlock, you have self-res on, you could run through this easy. Titan, you could probably still run through it as well. Depending on, you know, if Grounded's on, you might not be able to make it through, or a certain burn. The Taken version is harder than the Fallen version. You will have a wizard and one of the big black orbs, which will slow you down if you're running. And this next room is easy as well. Just run past all this crap. There's a ghost up to my left, that glass. So if you want to get that ghost, you gotta run up the glass, which I will show you from a different angle over here. And there's a ghost. There's also a ghost in this vent. You just follow the vent down there. There's a ghost. So you see that glass panel. That's the panel I passed. It was on my left originally. You got to climb up there, and there'll be like a, I don't know, like there'll be like a little thing you can stand on the top of the glass, and it is on the left side of the glass. There's a ghost behind like a, I don't know what the hell it's called. There's something you can stand on top of the glass wall. So your buddy, your teammate, whoever you left behind, they will teleport once the boss is summoned. So we died on our first attempt. We forgot that the boss does Void Burn on the second round. So if Solar Burn's on, be careful on his first transition. If Void Burn's on, be careful for the second transition. And obviously if Arc Burn's on, be careful about that third transition where he is straight arc and can melee you. that is if he even touches you. When arc burns on, this is a very hard boss battle by yourself. With multiple people, it's not too bad. But you see, everything in here is freaking arc. All this electricity and everything like that. So for the first little transition here, just chill over here and snipe him. He's not going to come up onto the platform. You have cover. He might move over to the left and come up a little bit onto the platform, but he is not going to attack you at this position where you see me and my friend right now. Just kind of ignore the other shanks. Throw a nade or something if you want to. If arc burns on, you got to take those douchebags out because they shoot arc and they're super annoying. And you're basically just chilling over here until he switches to the next phase, which is going to be void. You'll notice when he changes, you know, the shanks might come up here, but they're nothing too dangerous if arc burn is not on. You see there, this is kind of what I mean. He'll come up here, you know, but usually he won't push forward past that cover. Once he changes to void, this is second phase, the cover will go away. You need to rotate to the other side. Cover is coming up, you see right there. I'm sure most of you already know this because you've probably done this strike a multitude of times, but maybe some of you haven't done this strike yet. Just rotate over here behind cover. There will always be a heavy ammo crate on this side, and there will always be a special ammo crate on that side. So when you first start up, use your sniper ammo, then get that crate before you rotate over here. Use your heavy ammo, then get that crate and use your heavy again, and then obviously if you've want to, you can pop packs as well. Now for the second phase, exploding shanks will start to spawn. So you need to be aware of those. You saw them kind of in front. I killed a lot with my rockets, but just be careful because they will come up to you. So third phase now is, as I almost died there from exploding shank, third phase is arc. And there's also going to be some sniper shanks, which will spawn 2 above you, right there above me. I'm going to use my rockets on them. 1 right there, 1 right there. And then the other 2 are on the other side. You see them. I'm going to snipe them. They will spawn periodically. They're not going to come back immediately, but they will come back. So just be aware of that. And he's just going to follow you. He does not have a range attack. It is a close-up melee attack. And just, rotate sides, snipe him. Rotate sides, snipe him. Use your rocket launcher. I would not use a sword because of the third phase is close-up melee, and he's almost dead here. It's going to take maybe 1 or 2 more sniper shots, and around this time I think sniper shanks are spawning. Yes, they're spawning. I just saw them shoot the bubble. So I'd say it's probably about a 30-second delay in between sniper shank spawns. They're not going to be right on top of you, but you need to take them out. Those are the things that are going to get you killed the most often. It's not going to be the boss. It's not going to be the exploding shanks. It's going to be those freaking sniper shanks. Hopefully this video was helpful. I know it's a little bit different. All my other Nightfalls have all been solo walkthroughs. This is not soloable anymore. It used to be. If I had a Titan, I would have tried to do it solo, but I do not have a Titan, so I can't try it. Hunter is not going to be able to solo that Warsat, and the Warlock ain't going to be able to solo that Warsat. It's just not going to happen. So grab a buddy. Hopefully they are a Titan. It's going to make it a lot easier. I do think a Hunter and a Warlock might be able to do the Warsat, but I don't know. Not sure. Everything else past that is really easy, and the boss fight's pretty much easy except for if arc burns on. Let's see what we get. Hopefully something good. How many times am I going to get this stupid ass ghost shell? Whatever. Hopefully this video was helpful, guys, and hopefully you have a little bit better luck when it comes to Nightfall rewards. Have a good one. See ya.